Vanakkam and welcome to the Hindu Election Conversations. I am D. Suresh Kumar. Joining me is my senior colleague, Senior Associate Editor T. Ramakrishnan. Tamil Nadu, this election season has seen very fascinating developments in terms of alliance formations. Today we are going to look at the AIADMK's challenge. Initially, the AIADMK had come out of the NDA in September last year, hoping to build a formidable alliance, but eventually the party was able to cobble together only an alliance with the DMDK and the Puthiya Tamilagham, besides support from some fringe political parties. Presumably, many people thought that this alliance will not make any impact. But however, what I saw and what I'm impressed is that from the Trichy public meeting where Edappadi Palaniswami introduced the 40 candidates of the alliance, the reception from the public has been very strong. The crowd is responsive with this style of campaigning. The way Edappadi Palaniswami is interacting with them, all this has actually, led to some sort of a resonance, and people are sitting up and taking notice of it. So, how do you think? Do you think that the AIADMK, with this small alliance of its, which it's heading, will be able to make any big impact in the Lok Sabha polls?
It looks like. Of course, AIADMK, like DMK, has got extensive network at the ground level. So the party network is by and large remains intact, despite splits and all that internal turmoil that the party has gone through in the last 6-7 years. And as far as Edappadi is concerned, you see, he is also under pressure, enormous pressure, to prove that the leader of the AIADMK, because since December 2017, when RK Nagar by-election took place, and you take the case of 2022 local bodies and all that, except that Vikravandi and Nanguneri by-election, he didn't have any great electoral success. So he is very keen to show that under his leadership, the party has remained as it was, and then its strength, it has got back its original strength. So all these things he wants to show that he is a force to reckon with. So that's why I think he has taken this election very seriously, despite his health issues. He has undergone some medical treatment, all that, but he is very particular that this time he must show some results which should surprise people, because he didn't field any very big candidates. If you see that it's all relatively newcomers or unknown faces. Okay, Jayavardhan is there, Singay Ramachandran is there, but they are all far and few, but by and large the candidates are all relatively less known. Okay, and then of course earlier originally he talked of mega alliance, forming a mega alliance, but he was able to form only an alliance with DMDK, Puthiya Tamilagham and SDPI, which is on paper is not as impressive as what he talked about 6-7 months ago. And so I think all these factors, and then this exit of Pannirselvam or ouster of Pannirselvam has also contributed to some extent that he must exert extra pressure, because the talk is that in some parts of southern Tamil Nadu and parts of Delta, AIADMK won't do that well. So all these factors have contributed, I think, to Edappadi feeling pressure that he must deliver results. So that's, I think, these are all the factors that are working.
I'll just pick one point, what you said, and then take this conversation forward from there. As you mentioned, the AIADMK has not fielded any big wigs, any strong men in any of the region, even in Karur, for instance, where the former Transport Minister M.R. Vijay Bhaskar is available, but he has not been fielded, so it's all new faces. On the other hand, if you look at the candidates fielded by primarily the DMK-led India bloc, or even the NDA, BJP-led NDA, they have fielded some star candidates. The DMK, of course, has retained about 10 of its sitting MPs, so known faces. And the NDA has been able to field very prominent faces, both on behalf of the BJP as well as on behalf of its alliance. Don't you think the absence of known faces, strong men in the AIADMK will be a disadvantage for the party?
Disadvantage, yes, to some extent. To some extent. But I think the Edappadi's calculation is, or must have been, that two leaves, MGR, Jayalalitha, these are the icons of ADMK. And it is he who decides everything. So that is, I think, even if he say is able to get about 30 plus in terms of the 30% vote share, I think he will feel satisfied. I think even though he may not get very many number of seats, but if he gets 30%, then he will feel that you see, I have been able to hold on to the original strength of ADMK, and then with that he would sell it to other parties, which he expects may cross over after the Lok Sabha election. So that must be his calculation. So his idea is that this election is also a test for his leadership, okay, and then the candidates are all virtually chosen by him, okay, or chosen deliberately in such a manner that even if in the event of their victory, the credit should go to him, EPS, than to the candidate. So that must be his calculation, even though I think some of the candidates I think recommended by Velumani and all that, they have been they have been cleared and they are all there in the fray. But the point he is driving home is that it is he who decides. That is, it is he who will field anyone and also will make him victorious. That must be his calculation. And even if he is able to get 3-4 candidates who are all new or relatively less known, then he will say that, you see, that is you people all saying that the big wigs were fielded by others, but I have fielded only relatively newcomers or relatively less known. Still I have been able to ensure their victory. So I think that will go to his to the advantage. That's how he would I think thinking. That's my hunch or as my reading of EPS.
So essentially, he's trying to be somewhat like Jayalalitha, for whom people voted, not for the candidate as such.
Yes, certainly. So that's what I think that the talk in the ADMK circle is, that he is conducting himself or fashioning himself like Jayalalitha. My feeling is that there is no need for him to that way. So each person each individual is different. Anyway, that's his call or that's his decision. Anyway, but the point is that, as you have said precisely, I think he wants to show that he is the boss.
That's right. In fact, when he exited the NDA, they cited different reasons. They complained about the local BJP leadership and all those things. But then, when we met him for his very first interview in this election season, he told us that, the AIADMK has felt that irrespective of whether you align with the national party or not, the national parties, once they get elected and they form the government, they look at even interstate issues neutrally. So that way Tamil Nadu does not benefit. So now he is justifying it, saying that we need to retrieve the rights of Tamil Nadu and the Tamils, and therefore, we are going it alone. But while he is positioning himself like this, as somebody who is against the national party, throughout his campaign, if you notice, 90% of the time, he has been attacking the DMK. He has made it a fight between the DMK and the AIADMK without any, strong attack on either Prime Minister Narendra Modi or the BJP.
Yes.
Do you think this strategy will work in a Lok Sabha polls, where you leave out the main party that is ruling at the center and you are attacking a ruling party at the state? It's not an assembly election after all.
Yes. I think anyway the ADMK's inherent strength, according to its leaders, draws from its position as the anti-DMK force. So whether you contest for local body or assembly or Lok Sabha, they feel that they must take on DMK. That's how they will get draw votes. That is their that's their rationale, which need not be correct. But anyway, that's how they think. And in fact, if you look at his campaign, he criticizes India bloc. he says that India bloc is, he talks of instability in the India bloc and all that, but he doesn't criticize Modi or BJP or the union government. So that way I think he has given room for criticism, for a legitimate criticism against him and his party. They don't want to be, that BJP doesn't, ADMK doesn't want to be seen as an anti-BJP force. I think you are right, absolutely, you are on the dot.
Yeah, usually when there's a three-cornered contest or a four-part contest, the fight also narrows down as to who comes second. We saw in 2014, for instance, where the NDA managed to push hugely unpopular DMK at that point of time to the third place in about 7 or 8 constituencies. Of course, back then the field was even more splintered. Congress, left were contesting alone and all those things. So this time, do you foresee a similar fight between the AIADMK and the BJP as to who will come second? And will Mr. Edappadi Palaniswami be under pressure to ensure that the BJP does not get any advantage in any of the constituencies?
I think my reading is this ADMK will finish second in many places. That is, I think the number 2 slot at the pan Tamil Nadu level, I think it will be ADMK's. That's my reading, because of its the empirical data. That is, of course, and then also so far we have not come across any report saying that BJP has picked up tremendously over ADMK. In fact, this morning I got a call from an analyst who just returned from Coimbatore and Nilgiris, and he himself was saying that yes, Namalai gets traction, everything. I don't know whether he will be able to win. That's the point he was making. And he was also saying that ADMK's presence also is quite evident. So the point is maybe 1 or 2 constituencies, in some constituencies BJP may be pushed to third, but maybe finish second. But ADMK by and large, my reading is that it will finish second because of that is, in the sense, 2 factors that go in favor of the ruling combination. One is this divided opposition, another is efficacy of certain welfare measures like free bus travel, then breakfast scheme, and then Makalir Udumai Togai. All that, I think the benefits have started reaching people. So these 2 factors help the DMK, and subject to, of course, any dramatic development in the next 1 week.
You're right. In fact, in some of the constituencies, there are even ground reports suggesting that the ADMK could be slightly ahead of its other rivals. For instance, Erode, especially where Atal Ashok Kumar, quite resourceful candidate, has been fielded, there is a feeling that he is giving a very tough fight to his nearest DMK rival. So would you like to hazard a guess on how many seats the AIADMK could win, irrespective of the DMK's alliance arithmetic working in its favor?
I am not able to hazard any guess. The sense they may get about say 1 or 2 seats. That's wild guess I am making. Whatever data that I get from some of my friends who are all into this survey business shows that ADMK by and large will be getting around 30%. There is across the state. Okay, in some of course districts it will be in constituencies it will be less, in something 35, 34, but around 30 is there. So with the 30%, I think my reading, my whatever I have analyzed all these years, you can't win any large number of seats. You need at least 40%. So I think ADMK's vote share is around 30%. So that's why I am saying that if it is able to get 1 or 2 seats, yes, fine. Otherwise, I think even if they finish with nil, but get about 32, 34, then Edappadi will can take pride about that, because 34% without Jayalalitha or post Jayalalitha and all that he says, and then after churning within the party, all that he is, if he is able to get 34%, then that's a big achievement, I think. So I think that's what he is looking for. I don't think he is looking for any great number of seats, but how much vote share he will get, I think that's his top priority. I think that's what he is looking for this election.
I will agree with you on that. In fact, I think parties are more keen on building their vote share and retaining them because that's where their strength is shown. So it's been very nice talking to you. I think this is a very informative conversation. I'm sure viewers would also benefit from this. So we hope to will soon meet you in another video. Please do log on to the Hindu.com, subscribe to the Hindu YouTube channel for more such videos. Until then, this is T. Ramakrishnan and D. Suresh Kumar signing off. Thank you.
Thank you.